Hey, tonight's video is brought to you by All Natural, Fast Acting, Borowski, great little antacid I like to chew on as candy. Because I get frequent heartburn. Yay! Anyway, if you look behind me, you'll see one of the world's most evil inventions. It's a scale, or otherwise known as the truth, telling you that, yes, you had one too many cheeseburgers throughout your life, and now you weigh quite a bit. Yeah, well, got a little bit of depressing news when I looked down at the scale today. Finally got it in, put some batteries into it, and it told me that, well, I'm weighing more now than I ever have before in my life. It's telling me I weigh 485 pounds. I couldn't believe that. I tested several things. I bought a gallon of water. We got my girlfriend and my roommate to step on it, see if their weight matched after. Anyway, doesn't matter. I thought I was around 430, but the scale I had didn't work. Yeah. 485 pounds, one hell of a place to start, let me tell you. That sucks. But, no, it sucks. Sorry. I can't say anything good about that. I can't even talk to you without shaking my table. Oh, speaking of shaking, I want to apologize for this next video. I'd set up the camera without a tripod, and the whole video is shaky. I tried to trim out as much as I could without just keeping the essential information in there for you guys. Sorry. I'll do better next time, which is tomorrow. See ya. Welcome back. This is the third session with Roberta with YourWeightYourLife.com. We're going to be going over a few things today, making sure not to shake the table too much, and hopefully it'll be informative for you. We're going through to session 3 in her book on Nutrition 101. And I'm not going to sit here and read the whole thing to you because I did it last night. She told me to read it last week, and I did, of course, wait until last night to do it, and, well, yeah.
Before we get started on this, though, let's talk about how'd your week go?
Week was good with food. Again, not as good with, better than exercise. I worked out more times for longer periods of time this last week than I did the week before. But still not getting it as consistent at home because I've been going home, napping, and then getting up and having dinner and then doing work. So we made the rule, when I get home, no nap, it's going to be exercise when you get home. Mm-hmm. Then dinner, prepare lunch the next day, whatever it is. Then, videos or games or whatever.
And actually, studies have really proven that sleep is really important. They say 8 hours of sleep is super important, particularly they're saying in all aspects of health, but for weight loss in particular. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, that nap is not a good idea. Yeah. So try to, this week I would say in particular, try to exercise instead of taking the nap and see how that works.
So, important lesson, because I didn't learn it for a long time. Get your sleep. It's, breakfast was the last lesson. Eat your breakfast like your mom said. Get your sleep, probably like your mom said. 8 hours of sleep. Try, I usually get 7 to 8, somewhere around there. After 8, I think my back hurts on one side, which will hopefully end after a while. But yeah, that's another great little lesson because it really does help. Energy. Today, I went to bed last night at like 10 o'clock at night, and I feel great today. And I woke up and had breakfast and, all the good stuff. Yeah.
Like a normal routine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, one thing I forgot to mention last week that happened. We were experimenting with Fiber One bars. Last video obviously brought you shamelessly my Fiber One, but be careful with these things.
I told you that.
Yeah, she told me about fiber, and wow, eat a little too much fiber in a day, and guess what? You have some side effects. Mm-hmm. One being quite gassy. That I was like, whoa, I was amazed.
Yeah.
I was not doing that again.
Yeah, he kind of OD'd on fiber. You do have to be careful. Obviously, it's an important part, but but here's the thing: if you're getting your fiber from beans and things naturally, you don't need the bars.
Right.
The bars are a good supplement, but really, this is the better way to get your fiber.
Yeah.
Is from real foods, obviously. Yeah. So when you're getting 15 grams of fiber from white beans, you don't go then and have a Fiber One bar.
Yeah, well, what we did is there was a chocolate Fiber One bar and a peanut butter Fiber One bar, and we said, well, what would it taste like if we had chocolate peanut butter? We're like, oh, that'd be great. And I smashed them together.
No.
And then careful. Then I ate them, and then I had another bar. They're 35% each bar, and so 3 of them is over 100% that you need for the day. And then I also had some other food that had fiber in it. So,
oh boy.
Yeah, that was.
You do have to be careful
those
about
are
that.
revealing.
Yeah.
That's what fiber does for you.
Yeah.
So
we're cut down on the fiber a little bit, but like you
Yep.
said, beans are a great way to get your fiber in at night, and because everything else you said about that meal sounded really healthy.
oh yeah.
So if you can just add that, that would be great. So yeah,
Yep.
supplementing different foods in is basically what I wanted you to get from this. So that's great.
Yeah.
He actually likes raw broccoli, which is which is great. Fiber as well. I mean,
Yeah.
you can eat. I told him, bring a whole broccoli to work and eat the whole thing because you like really healthy green vegetables. And the more of those, the better. So I would say you don't even need the fiber one bar. Bring a whole thing of,
Yeah,
cauliflower or broccoli.
whole wheat pasta warning, it doesn't cook the same as regular pasta, okay? I cooked it the same and it was all chalky in my throat and stuff. So this week we have it on the dinner schedule. We're going to try the pasta again, and hopefully it's better. If not, we're just going to go to the Trader Joe's brand.
Yeah, I prefer Trader Joe's brand whole wheat pasta because I think it tastes better. And you do need to cook whole wheat pasta a little longer. It is much heartier. It's got a more grainy taste to it, and that may be just an adjustment. But I'm guessing you didn't cook it long enough. But try it again, and again, it's an experiment. I mean, there's a lot of whole wheat products out there now, so you may just have to experiment with whatever pastas and such work for you. So he's going to give it another try, and we'll figure out something that works that you like.
A lot of this chapter was more about like the scientific definitions of what we already talked about. We said, okay, whole fiber is great. Oh, why? You're talking about simple carbohydrates and complex carbohydrates, and why complex carbohydrates are better, and how they'll sit in your stomach longer, or in your upper intestine, whatever it is, longer, and keep you full longer. Keep you so you're not feeling hungry all the time, which is really important to me. It's been really great eating all this food and not feeling hungry, and I have little reminders to show up on my phone. Dude, hey, time to snack. I'm like, holy crap. Okay, well, we'll get a banana and an egg. That's what I did right now at 10:30, and then I get another reminder at I think 3:30. Hey, you got to eat some more. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna keep eating. And
That's great. You never feel hungry.
I don't still feel hungry anymore. That's different, because I used to always feel hungry at least a little bit, craving something. And then today, I was still craving today, but it was more in my mind. Like I wanted M&Ms for some reason. I was eating a banana, and I wanted M&Ms.
But you didn't get them, right?
How did you guys do that? How did you do that? That's what I have today. I have brown rice in my lunch. We prepared this chicken sausage with apples and onions and an apple cider. Sauteed it for a while. Really nice, really good, and very healthy, and it tastes awesome. So
excellent.
Yeah.
So you're really getting creative with the recipes. Great.
It was on the package of the sausage. So.
That works.
Yeah, we'll try it out. What the heck?
And it was the Adele sausage, or what? Just
I think it was, yeah.
Just chicken sausage, yeah.
It was Adele's
so when he says sausage, he doesn't mean the full fat sausages that you get at the store. Adele,
kielbasa from
yeah,
Parmesan.
no, that's not what we're talking about. We're actually talking about Adele's actually makes these chicken sausages that, although they're high in regular fat, they're very low in saturated, so it's a healthier fat, and so that's what he's talking about when he talks about sausages.
And I need my meat because I like to eat meat.
Yeah, and it's nothing wrong. And let's tell them the story about the pork you found.
Oh, yeah. It was amazing. I was in the store looking for Jenny O extra lean turkey, which is awesome. It was really good inside the spaghetti sauce we had. Just fried it up and threw it in there. It definitely gave a really good meaty flavor into the sauce. But then I went to the store again. They didn't have any Jenny O. There was no lean. There was no extra lean. There was nothing there. But there was next to it this extra lean pork. And I was like, but pork's bad. But I turned it over, and the numbers are all saying the right things. They're saying that 1.5 grams of fat, no trans fat, sodium was low. Everything was really great, and even compared to their other low, not extra lean, but the lean chicken products that were there. I turned over the packages, and the pork was even better. I'm like, son of a gun! All right, well, I took a picture of it and I emailed it to her. I still bought it because I'm like, the numbers say the numbers are right. I'm pretty sure.
But it was so good. He emailed me the picture of the label to get my approval, which I thought was awesome. Yeah. And I encourage people to do that if they're working with someone. Ask the questions, take the pictures, make sure it's okay. And sure enough, it was. There's nothing wrong with pork. Extra lean pork is actually, they say the other white meat. It's not so bad. I mean, you got to be careful and watch for labels. But there was nothing wrong. Now, was it as healthy as extra lean turkey? No. Yeah. But it was close enough where I told him, if he wanted to make whether it be, I don't know, what did you make with it, by the way?
It was, I haven't yet. It's still in the
okay. You can put that in spaghetti sauce. You can make burgers out of that.
We were thinking of making little meatball things and then baking them in the oven, then using that in spaghetti or using it in other things, because it's going to go bad eventually in the fridge. So we want to cook it up and then freeze it or cook it up and refrigerate it, at least so it's cooked and we don't have to worry about it going bad. But
And freezing things is a great idea too. I mean, that's a big thing I taught you as well.
That's what we did with the extra sausage dish that I made. I made actually 2 servings and just froze one, and then took one here to work. And we have brown rice. We can just steam up a cup of brown rice and throw that in with there. That's a good hearty meal. Trust me.
And it's also a lot faster. I mean, you've frozen an entire meal, so you don't have to cook that meal. That's a meal that's ready to go and ready. So it just makes it a lot easier when you don't have to think every single night about what you're going to eat when you've got stuff in the freezer.
That has been challenging. We've been. I've been spending an hour, 2 hours in the kitchen every night, and I wasn't used to that at all. Jackie would do all the cooking. It was great. I would be lazy and be on my computer or do something like that. And now we're both in the kitchen cooking. We're both going out shopping the weekend to get all the food. And it's nice, but it is a lot of time. You got to plan for it,
And it'll get easier. Yeah. That's another one of those things. Right now, you're just experimenting with different recipes and what works and what doesn't work. And again, I always tell people the first couple months of any weight loss plan is going to be hard because you're finding kind of what works for you and what's the easiest way to go about getting to the foods that you like. So you'll learn, and eventually within a month or two, you'll be like, oh, I only have to spend, half an hour in the kitchen versus an hour and a half, because you'll learn what's easy, what's not, how to do things differently. So right now it's cumbersome, but it will get better. It will get easier.
And it's also about just being not lazy. Lazy is a lifestyle, it really is. You can be lazy about your food, and most likely you're going to be lazy about everything else, cleaning the house, getting work done. When we talk about this being a lifestyle change for diet and food and everything, it's a lifestyle. It's an entire lifestyle change. You can't be great about food and exercise and then go home and be messy well, it's not likely that you will be. I'm not saying you can't, but it's very unlikely that you're going to be great about food and exercise and then come home and just throw your socks on the floor and not clean up your dishes and everything else. It really is the whole package. If you're going to do one, you got to kind of do the others. Otherwise, you're going to see laziness in your life, and then you're going to allow that to seep into your food purchases and your food decisions and your exercise decisions too, which is really happening to me.
I'm so proud of you. You said that.
Yeah.
That's so great because I think that's a big thing that people don't realize.
It's easy to say. I'm still not doing it, but I'm working on it.
We're getting there, and you've acknowledged the fact that there is a bigger issue.
Yeah.
And so, that's kind of like, I'm a weight loss coach, but it also sometimes feels kind of like I'm a therapist because there's always more issues involved when you've got an issue with one thing, kind of other things come out. And it's great. And even if you haven't started on it, which you'll get there, but you've identified what the problem is and you're working toward that, and, that's great. You'll get there. Yeah. Baby steps. Pasta.
It's a great little resource. I like all the numbers in the back here. We can, when we're planning for the meals, and we can actually feel like we know what we're talking about. If I'm going to get pinto beans, I didn't know pinto beans had. Oh no, that's pine nuts have so much in protein.
But beans are like a double whammy because they have the fiber and the protein. Yeah. Beans are a wonderful source.
Hash browns, you can find them in your local grocery store, probably next to the eggs. That's where I think ours are.
Yeah.
I remember one thing she said that I don't think we've recorded yet. Don't add salt to when you're cooking the foods. Salt afterwards.
Salt to taste.
Yeah, salt to taste. So salt afterwards. That's what we did. We cooked. I normally, throw salt and pepper in the pan while I'm cooking anything. I kept it away. After we made it, put it in the dish, and then we salt a little bit, and then that worked out really well. And it was still salty. It was still good.
Good. These are all things you're just learning along the way. And again, they take you a little. Every time you make something, or every time you make something a little different, or just something a little different, you're like, oh, I learned something new today. And it's kind of fun. In a way, you're learning new things every day, and you're like, oh, I can make this, and I really like it, and that's always fun. So he's come a long way in just 3 weeks. Yeah. You really, really have. So I think what we're going to do now is we're going to sit down and talk a little bit more in depth about this. But like I said, he's going to get the scale. We're going to have that on here, and every week we're going to weigh in. Yep. And hopefully you're making good progress because you certainly sound like you are, and I think you're really on the right track. You're doing really good.
Thanks.
I'm proud.
All right, we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.